Why is it that sitting hurts your back? And how is it that even though people come to me with chronic back pain, who spent a lot of money on standing desks, different chairs with or without lumbar support in their vehicles, still continue to suffer from chronic back pain? Watch this video to learn what actually causes your back pain, why a good chair or a standing desk isn't going to help you, and what is it that you can really do to try and fix the problem for good. Let's first begin to understand what a disc is made up of and what happens when you sit inside your disc. Your disc is contained in a thick structure called the annulus fibrosus, which is annular because it's round like a tire, and it contains multiple layers of collagen fibers which hold the nucleus pulposus, or the gel-like material in the center of the disc. The center of the disc is what helps absorb shock and what gets compressed when you sit or bend, and that causes water to escape from this nucleus pulposus. Inherently, the nucleus pulposus is rich in water. It contains 75 to 80% water. Continuous sitting is going to squeeze this water out of the nucleus pulposus and cause it to get dysfunctional. When you are standing, let us assume that you're standing in a good posture. Your body weight is pressing down on your discs, and if you continue to stand, your discs are going to get smaller and smaller because of the compression. However, when you are sitting, particularly when you're sitting in a bad slouched posture like this, the pressure on your disc increases by a factor of 2 to 2.5 times. That's almost like carrying another human being on your shoulders. This is the same pressure that is exerted on your disc when you're bending forwards. So learning how to bend forwards in the right manner is also very important to preserve your discs. Running and jumping increase the pressure on your discs by a factor of 5 to 10 times. That's like 5 to 10 human beings on your shoulders. So remember that if you plan to run, jump rope or skip, then it's very important that you take measures to prevent back pain before it actually begins to trouble you. So we are in the midst of the biggest sitting epidemic in human history. Never before have humans sat down for this long, ever. And the reason is that our lifestyles force us to sit most of the day. It doesn't matter what you do for your 30 or 60 minutes of exercise in the morning. What matters is what you do for the rest of the day. Continuous sitting, even in a good posture, will still exert 1.5 to 2 times the pressure on your disc that normally exists in the standing position. That itself is a warning sign that your discs are headed for degeneration. From the moment we wake up in the morning, we get in the car, we are trapped in our vehicles, in traffic, then we are trapped behind our desks. We get back into our vehicles on our commute home, we're trapped in our vehicles, we're sitting in front of the television after that, watching television, sitting at our dining tables. It's just sitting all day long. And moreover, we forget how long we've been sitting. We have no way to monitor how long we've been sitting, how frequently we've been taking breaks. And I believe that this is what needs to be thought about much more seriously in the workplace than anything else in terms of spine health. It's continuous sitting for prolonged periods of time without a break that impairs nutrition and the health of your disc. There is a concept called disc imbibition. The disc needs to have water entering it every few minutes. That brings in nutrients and takes away the waste. Continuous sitting is going to squeeze your nucleus pulposus and make it harder over a period of time. It's also going to allow waste substances, which are a normal part of cellular activity, to accumulate in your disc and accelerate the pace at which your discs and therefore your spine is going to age. So frequent breaks, especially when you're sitting, whether it is a break which involves walking or standing at a standing desk, are all crucially important to maintaining the health of your spine. Sitting is also dangerous from a couple of other angles. Sitting leads to a chronic decrease in hip mobility. Because we're sitting in an L-shaped posture like this, the front of your hip joint is going to get very tight and the muscles at the back of the hip joint are going to get very weak. This is going to alter the biomechanics of your posture and your spine, and is eventually going to impact your lumbar spine in the most dangerous manner. Therefore, there is another reason why you should not be sitting continuously throughout the day. So prolonged sitting will lead to weakening of the annular fibers, and over a period of time will lead to impaired nutrition in your nucleus pulposus. That will accelerate disc degeneration. It can also lead to more major disc problems like disc bulges, disc protrusions, disc extrusions, and so on, which may even end up requiring surgery. Often, this problem of continuous sitting is not an isolated problem. It also comes with a lifestyle which is relatively sedentary and does not involve enough exercise, particularly exercise targeted towards improving your posterior chain. What is your posterior chain? It's all the muscles at the back of the body, from the back of the head to the back of the knees. All these muscles tend to get weak with inactivity, with a sedentary lifestyle, and with prolonged sitting. That combined with a movement deficit, lack of changing of position during your whole day, leads to chronic back pain, disc disease, and may even end up requiring major corrective surgery. So try to bring in some changes into your work day. Frame your work day from the point of view of movement opportunities rather than just meetings and jobs to get done. This will help you focus on your spine health and improve your overall posture and overall quality of life. So here comes a public service announcement from my charity Giving Back. There are 3 things that I would highly recommend you do to prevent this problem of chronic sitting and back pain. The first is try to incorporate something called exercise snacks. We all love to snack on unhealthy Indian food like samosas and so on, but try to incorporate some healthy exercise snacks into your day. Set a timer on your phone or on your computer, which will give you an indication to get out of your chair and do a quick 15 to 20 seconds, even up to a minute, of some strenuous activity like running up and down the stairs or walking quickly in your corridor or doing some air squats in your office. Something simple that will improve the blood flow not only in the rest of your body but also will improve the blood flow to your discs. Second, try to change your seating in the office. I would recommend using an exercise ball, because an exercise ball is inherently unstable and it will keep challenging the muscles in your core to adjust for minor movements in your position. This is a very good way of trying to keep your spine moving. Even those micro movements will help to improve disc imbibition. The third thing I would highly recommend you do is to get one of your colleagues to secretly take a picture or a video of you while you are at your work desk or at your standing desk or during a meeting. This will often show you how bad your posture actually is. Many times I encounter people in waiting areas, in offices, in malls, looking at their phone with their necks bent, their backs bent, their hips tucked in, everything wrong about the posture. You will not be able to understand how bad your posture is unless you see a picture of how bad it is. Show this picture to your physiotherapist and get them to prescribe you some corrective exercises to try and improve your spinal alignment and your posture. In spine surgery, we spine surgeons often use the word kyphosis. What is kyphosis? Kyphosis is a forward bending of the spine. And our modern lifestyles only will increase the amount of kyphosis that we are forcing on ourselves. Trying to reverse that by strengthening the posterior chain, by maintaining good ergonomic posture, will help prevent future problems in your spine. So I know that I might have sounded like clickbait when I said standing desks are not going to fix your back problem. That's not completely true. They do have a role. They are more an ergonomic intervention that's trying to engender a behavior change. But the behavior change needs to go far deeper than just a standing desk. It needs to involve less sitting, more strengthening, and more awareness about what sitting can do to your spine. The way to kill your back pain is with regular movement, and it's only movement that is going to get you out of trouble. So if you like this video and if you like what you heard on this channel, I would encourage you to like, share and subscribe. Leaving us a comment below will help us improve our future episodes. Clicking on the bell icon will make sure that you don't miss any future episodes. We would really appreciate if you give this video a like or share it or subscribe to it, to the channel. That will go a long way in helping us improve the content on this channel for you. Leave a comment down below to tell us what kind of content you'd like to see in future episodes. See you all in the next video very soon.